Welcome to PPI Recording Studio nestled in the cradle of New York City. Welcome to the third weekly episode for the month of January 2024 for Dedication Around the Nation weekly video series, because we are
getting it out to beyond.
to the nation and
to
beyond.
the nation and beyond.
Okay, Buzz Lightyear. So as you can see, we have our first interview guest here today at PPI Recording Studio for the calendar year of 2024. This is Paul Sieswerda Jr. And we're going to talk today about, as here and also there, Gotham Whale that we've been promoting here now for 21 months on Dedication Around the Nation and Project 142 concert series. Before I get to Paul, three real quickie drive-by announcements I want to make. Number one, for folks who have subscribed to the channel, thank you very, 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 very much as being part of that foundation of a subscriber family, if you will. Very easy to subscribe. The red button in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, you just click on to that red button, boom, you're subscribed. I have live links in the text description area to not only this particular series in YouTube to subscribe, also Gotham Whale, their website or their YouTube page, and also Paul's individual YouTube channel. Live link so you can click onto that and subscribe to his channel as well.
Uncle Paulie.
Uncle Paulie, exactly. Second one I'm going to talk about real briefly is a really terrific news. It's the two guinea pigs I talked about last episode, January 12th, 2024. Linda Amato, Malden, Massachusetts Wildlife Rescue Rehab Wonder Woman, which is actually his neighbor, and that's how I met Linda, was through Paul. She actually got the male guinea pig is now adopted. The female is already spoken for and will be adopted as soon as she has her baby. So thank you so much, Linda, for your continued wonderful, great job that you do with all the critters out there. And the last one I'm going to talk about in brevity is Patience the dog. Now you're going to see the photo as I'm talking. Now, Patience was the stray that roamed into not only our doorsteps but into our hearts. November 15th, 2023, up in Waterbury, Connecticut, where I live, and my neighbors Scotty and Cara, and we took her to the pound for safety, and she's been there now for 8 weeks. But through the miracle of technology, through support of BARC Animal Rescue nonprofit, also Kelly FINDLAY, who works for BARC, Donna Maria works for BARC, and also Rebound Hounds Rescue, who I'd never heard of till now. And with all the connections of putting it out there in social media, she went home with a brand new mom, meaning Patience, January 17th, 2020. Exactly. So she has a brand new home, brand new mom.
Hey, Scotty, is this the fish guy? Did he bring any shrimp?
We'll get to that. So congratulations to BARC, congratulations to Waterbury, Connecticut Animal Pound Shelter for their support and for taking care of Patience while she was there. So today, yes, Paul Sieswerda Jr., and we're going to touch on a couple of items that we've not talked about. Paul Sieswerda Sr., who's his dad, who just passed about 5 weeks ago, about Gotham Whale, right?
Yes.
So his lineage, his history, so to speak, meaning your dad,
Yep.
It really started as a volunteer for New England Aquarium up in Boston, Massachusetts.
Correct. Yeah, so he didn't know what path he was going to choose in life back in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, and he chose the path to go into oceanography and volunteer at the aquarium, New England Aquarium. So it was a path that I'm glad he took, because it opened up a bunch of doors for me to, meet you down at Beneath the Sea.
Sure.
And couldn't be more blessed on the fact of the friendships and the bonds that he's made throughout the years and in creating Gotham Whale.
Well, one thing led to the next, meaning, so he's volunteering at New England Aquarium in Boston, but that eventually led into a pay job, and then he became curator of the aquarium,
Yep.
which is fairly unheard of and very impressive.
It's impressive to me to watch the fact that volunteering, as he says, it worked his way into the middle. And so he is in management. He managed a bunch of people and taught them about what he was doing at the aquarium, and people just spawned off of that and created careers for themselves. And it's amazing. And now I'm trying to keep the legacy going with Gotham Whale.
Now through that, this is a little story that definitely needs to be in today. So you're going to see the photo as I'm talking, and this is Cecil, the seal.
Correct.
So talk about Cecil the Seal, please,
So
because you lived it.
I lived it. It was my 10th birthday, and my father brought home a seal in a Tupperware container, bringing his work home with him.
Right.
It was my birthday party, and we put the seal in the backyard. It was flopping around for all my friends at the birthday party. It was better than a clown.
Sure.
And we had to take care of it. My mom did a great job, feeding it. Basically, they couldn't feed it round the clock, so they said, let's just take these animals home.
Okay.
That's unheard of nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it was the sign of the times that that's what they did, and it worked out great for the animal, Cecil the seal, who lived by the sea, who came to live with the Sieswerdas, just like me.
How come we weren't invited to the party?
There's plenty of parties for you, Chip.
But Cecil actually lived in your bathroom,
My
in your tub,
bathtub, yeah.
for 5 weeks.
For 5 weeks. And then it went on to live at the aquarium and in the exhibits, and mated with a famous seal called Hoover the seal, who was
Okay.
a talking seal.
Okay.
And the lineage of those two seals actually talk as well. So there's 3 generations of
Oh, my
talking
word.
seals now.
That's
that,
wild.
That we're me and Dad were working on a book on that, a children's book. As you might know, he did the
Right.
Big Whale, Big City.
Right.
He actually did another book, which is Stranded, and he published that just prior to his passing. So,
Which is this book, right?
Accomplishment, good on him that he was striving to do, and finished it, and I'm so proud of him. So he did
God bless him.
his theory on why whales strand themselves,
I see.
and he intertwined it with his life experiences through his career.
Okay. So through his experiences and his work time history, if you will, up in New England Aquarium in Boston.
Yep.
And that spanned, what, 20 years?
Yes, 20 plus.
So from there, that ended up taking a job here in New York City as the curator of New York City Aquarium.
Correct.
And then he spent, what, 20 years here?
20 plus. I'm not good with the numbers, but some, good half of his career.
Okay.
Followed it through, and New York brought him to places in Europe because he used to go on European conferences for the aquarium. He met so many people around the world.
That's
and
so cool.
It's fascinating.
And then from there, because of his love of not only sea life and also oceanography and also marine biology and his work experiences now for almost 40 years, right? So then he creates Gotham Whale,
Yes.
which is from nothing. He's the founder. He's the person that got it going. Got obviously the logo, and we've been talking about it here for 21 months. And now this is what PJ, meaning Paul, we call him PJ, his nickname, but you now, and we also had Zack Klyver here on December 7, 2023 as an interview,
Yes.
who is now the new executive director of Gotham Whale.
Yeah, he's staying in a very nice hotel.
But they didn't have any fish. And so now, between Zack being the new executive director and yourself, you have picked up the baton.
Yes.
And you're now leading the charge, feeding off of what your dad built.
That's the way I'm looking at it as well. Is I'm really enjoying the fact of all the people that are giving condolences, and my father's career, amazing, and people saying what a great guy he was, how many friendships he's created. That's been helping me in this loss
Sure.
transition, and I'm building a life off of his life.
Sure.
With Gotham Whale is the way I'm looking at it, and having a great time doing it. That was one of his life lessons that he was telling me, is that go have fun with it.
Sure.
And meeting you and coming down and doing the studio, and meeting Chip. Chip, I got a gift for you later. You're gonna like it.
Over shrimp.
So, and then tonight we're going to Rockaway Creates an event that
We
we're
are.
going to be acknowledged there
are.
for the work that my dad's done, and the volunteers, Gotham Whale, so we're giving back there. And it's
Sure.
a big thank you
Sure.
to everybody. And I
Yeah,
want
that's
to...
big Yankee country over there.
So this photo, by the way, so I don't forget it, I took this in August of 2023, so not quite 6 months ago. And this is at Miller Park in Malden, Massachusetts, because your homestead is in Malden, Massachusetts, which is just north of Boston.
Correct.
And this is just, I love this photo because obviously PJ, and there's his dad, and there's Bonnie, very, very sweet woman that became your dad's companion.
Yeah.
And just beautiful, and just big smiles, big love.
A lot of love.
I mean, because how this all started was I just stumbled onto you guys, meaning Gotham Whale, online about 2 years ago, and didn't know who Gotham Whale was, didn't know your dad, didn't know you, certainly didn't know Bonnie, and then it's just all fed on itself.
Right.
and it just keeps going and going and going, which is really terrific. So in the text description area, I'll have live links to Gotham Whale website, also clearly their YouTube channel. You subscribe to the channel, as well as PJ's, and also their Facebook page, so you can keep up on what's going up with Gotham Whale. And they have some very exciting programs that are coming up for the spring, for the summer. Whale watching here in New York City, for example. Zack was also telling me about there's a week-long boat trip.
Correct.
That's for Gotham Whale only, but it's about going out and exploring the waters here in May and doing research. So there's all these little doors that are now really opening and feeding upon itself, self-generating energy, which is really, really, really cool. So speaking of self-generating energy, let's talk a little bit about Norman Greenbaum.
Norman Greenbaum was my father's high school friend.
Right.
And one night he was going through his yearbook to brush up on names so he would remember their names when he bumped into him at the reunion. He's thumbing through and he says, Norman Greenbaum, I wonder whatever happened to him. I says, what do you mean whatever happened to him? He's Norman Greenbaum, the spirit in the sky guy.
Right.
Dad, no, he can't be him. He's too shy. I said, Dad, it was him. I know. He's from Malden, Massachusetts. He's always on the radio. Multiple, movies, what
Right.
have you. Song has been known throughout the world.
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much. And he's like, no way. I'm like, you want to bet? I bet him a steak dinner at Ruth Chris, and I win.
And then you actually saw him at one point, you and your dad.
So it comes back to the arts. So now there was a exhibit that was presented to Norman Greenbaum in our hometown. It was a big mural, and he came in for that. And I walked up to Norman and I said, hey, you're disgracing our name, because in the yearbook he wrote, to Paul C's worthless.
Meaning his dad, yeah.
Yeah, and I said, hey, you're disgracing my family name, you want to go outside? I'll take you out.
Yeah.
You can't do that. And we became friends.
That's cool.
And I actually sang his song karaoke at Pearl Street Station.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Pearl Street Station, obviously, we've been talking about that now for months with Paul Solano being the general manager.
Yeah.
And also Paul Ponders, which we were on an episode.
Correct.
His podcast series in August 2023.
Yep.
And Paul just keeps going with the podcast. He keeps growing it, which is really cool. We talked about it last episode.
Yep.
So before we go, we have a birthday that we want to do for today.
Okay.
Right? And this is for TERRI MERRILL, who actually is a fellow person from Massachusetts.
Is she a Red Sox fan?
I don't know if she's a Red Sox fan or
Because I
not.
can't sing if she is.
But Terry's birthday is coming up. Actually, it was earlier this week. She watches every week, so I thought take advantage of PJ being here. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Terry. Happy birthday to you. Yay, Terry! happy birthday, Terry!
So I wanted to squeeze in before, it's all about these thank yous. And
Yes.
I wanted to thank you for promoting Gotham
My
Whale for
pleasure.
so long. And, your friendship, your
My
support
pleasure.
has been unbelievable.
My pleasure.
Chip Fabrizi, I have a gift for you. We have
Come on
a
in
new
here, Chip.
hat.
Come on in here, Chip.
I got hats.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got another hat, man.
You gotta,
Come here.
You gotta pick another hat.
We got another hat for you.
It's a Yankee hat.
Yeah.
we have PEC where I work. We have Gotham Whale, black or gray.
And I'll go black.
Go black.
Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome.
Perfect timing with the weather.
Thank
Keep
you very
warm.
much.
Keep
Thank
warm.
you very, very much.
Yes.
So we're going to see you next episode. And as always, on social media, pay attention to, please, our postings, because it really is self-generating as well, about Gotham Whale, their upcoming events, and also there are going to be outdoor events this summertime.
Yep.
Like this one that we did this past August. I had the joy of being part of it, which was at the Anchor
in
Charlestown. Right.
Correct.
And it was so much fun. It was an outdoor event, and we just had a ball, and it was extremely well attended. We got some really hip donations. It was very, very, very
Yeah.
cool. So thank you for helping.
That was showing
letting me be a part of it.
the show that my dad was in, the movie from Ran Levy, which is Ocean's
Right,
Angels.
Ocean Angels,
and,
yes.
Again, that just spawned off a whole nother relationships
Sure.
where Chiara Espinella, did the artwork for my father's book. I
Yeah.
met her on the Whale Watch.
Sure.
These are people that have touched our lives that we want to say thank you to.
Sure. Now you're going to see a photo as I'm talking. This is the way we're going to take it out today. So this is a congratulations to Zack Klyver, who now is the new executive director of Gotham Whale, and wish him well and send him congratulations. So here we go. This is to Zack, and Happy New Year, man, because I just talked to him the other day.
Yeah,
Once
great
again,
guy.
Yep, he really is. He's the new main whale. He's the new man. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. Congratulations, dear Zack. Congratulations to you. Thank you. Now, we're going to have PJ back at some point because we're going to keep adding on stories of growing up with his dad and certainly help continue that forward momentum of Gotham Whale. Thank you for joining us today. Stay well, be well, and we will see you absolutely next episode. And of course, because you got the horn, thank you once again, Mr. Chip Fabrizi. We'll see you next episode, man.
Thank you all. Thank you, Chip.